Oh, that's really spooky.
I'm just enjoying myself, playing with me floats and balls.
Come on, sweetie.
Good. Oh, yeah. Come on. Good girl. Come on. Good girl. But by retaining the way, as I'm doing it, well...
Retaining it. There it goes. There it goes. We're going for a really shallow bit here.
Oh.
We're doing 5.4 knots. Uh-oh, 0.1. Uh-oh. Brace yourselves.
Brace for impact. Brace, brace, brace.
Oh.
Felt the bottom.
I just felt the wiggle.
And again.
Oh!
And again.
Oh! Oh yeah, we're definitely touching. It's cleaning all the bits off. Can you feel it? Oh, it stopped, nearly stopped. Really dragging.
Well, we now know that the depth gauge is very accurate because at 0 we hit the bottom. Oh,
Nice clean bottom.
we've got a clean bottom now.
Not much anti-foul left, but we're clean
And
bottom.
then we're speeding up again now. We slowed right down to 4 knots when we drag it along the bottom.
Going under the power line. Oh, are we going to clear it? Spooky. What happens if we don't? We get electrocuted. We all die.
I'm wearing my thongs.
I don't know. Whoa, a bit freaky.
We're gonna miss.
Oh, that's close.
Whoa!
Oh, that's really spooky. Oh, I don't like that.
Glad I put my thongs on.
And there's a sign there basically says if you die, it's not our fault. How you feeling? Bit happy you got through that?
Yeah, under the power line, all good.
Yeah.
No more power lines now until we get to, dunno, somewhere else where there's a power line, I suppose.
So tell me about that autopilot installation.
This is our backup. If things fail, we've got backups. We always like to have backups. So this is pure backup. We can steer with this telepilot on the main wheel, and we can steer with this telepilot on the wind steering. So it doesn't matter what happens. Well, we've got lots of backups.
Just installed that into the deck yesterday with a GoPro mount.
Oh, it's just temporary until I get a proper clamp.
It's another proof of concept, I think.
Yeah, I don't want to drill any holes in the wheel, so I just wanted a strong clamp that clamps into the wheel. I can clamp it on at different positions depending on what sort of trim I want on the wheel. So far it's working perfectly.
Yeah, so you don't really need to make a hole in the wheel then, do you?
No.
You can just use that.
I'm just going to use the clamp.
Yeah, nice. Managed to pop a sail up for a little while anyway.
Bit of motor sailing.
16 knots of breeze here. Just heading round there to a little camping spot. This is one of the ferry terminals.
Marine ambulance. How cool is that?
Finally pulled up here to have our baked beans on toast for breakfast. Nearly lunchtime. It's a little island. And then we're going to try and find a spot on the mainland so we can catch up with the kids. We just went for a walk. We took the dinghy into the beach, well, to a dinghy dock actually. And we came back with some really good stuff.
Yeah.
This is food generating stuff.
Mud crab nets. Now that we're back in Australia, we've got a chance of catching even more varieties of food. So I'm going to go and get some muddy soon. But to get muddy, you got to have the nets. So we've got these professional quality nets. They're galvanizing, nice and easy to load your bait. There's no clips or anything to worry about. Just unhook, slip your bait in, easy to empty out. Just nice nets. And you got to have floats, so a couple of floats, some rope. Everything's got to be labelled with your name and contact details. So we've got some tags, and yeah, just put it all together, splice on the floats and splice on the nets, and we're good to go. So I'm pretty excited, and I'm sure Wendy is, because she's never had a mud crab. Lived here 30 years and never had a mud crab, so that's not bad. I used to eat a lot of them when I lived in Darwin, and then on tours up north we've caught quite a few muddies. But yeah, so soon you'll see Wendy enjoy her first mud crab. Oh, soon, as soon as we get somewhere north of here where there's a nice few little creeks we can utilise. So yeah, pretty excited.
Looks like Magnus is tying himself up.
No, I'm just putting a bit of tension on my splice.
Ah, is that what you're doing?
Yeah, it's just a bit of tension on the nylon rope splice. I hate tying knots when I can do a nice splice. This is a little combo with this slimy, horrible rope. You put a little granny knot in before the splice, and it just works. Pull it nice and tight. Melt the ends, and they actually all weld into one joint.
Wow.
If you've got tough skin, you can handle the heat. So I always like to splice instead of just tying a knot. The second time I said that. So look at that. There we go. Nice splice.
Beautiful bed.
Thank you.
And it's a lovely evening. Look at this.
Beautiful.
I'm just making some dinner.
You should see what
Look at the dinner. I mean, look at the view.
you should see what Wendy's making. You should see what Wendy's making for dinner down there. She knows I love leek, and Wendy's doing a leek, onion, cheese and bacon in puff pastry, like in a muffin form, and then we're having that with my other two favourites, broccoli and carrots. So I'm a bit spoilt tonight. So we're having, you should smell, if we only had smell-o-vision, it's, thank you Wen, one of my favourites. Not that I've ever had it before, but it's a first after near on 30 years. Wendy still comes up with originals. Every second night she comes up with originals. So yeah, really nice. I'm just enjoying myself, playing with me floats and balls. These nets are, the more I look at them, the more I realise how much thought's gone into this. They are a very, very clever net. They've got a chafe guard here. This stops this, I think it's 6mm poly, stops the actual net material chafing on the steel. They've got, I showed you before, the bait side of it, and then the top side of it. If I open it up here, this is the actual top side. Opens right up, so you can get your hand right in there, pick out your crab, and if it's all just small size, if you can just look visually and see, right, there's nothing worth keeping, open that up, turn the net over, shake them straight out. It's such a simple design. And bang, hook it on, ready to throw in the water. So yeah, I'm really impressed compared to my old nets. These are really, really cool. So I've got one ready. It's up the front, ready to go and put out tomorrow. And I'll get this one finished before sundown. I think I'm going to get a nice sunset too. The sun is just popping down in the west and it looks pretty good. But the smell of the dinner smells amazing.
Two? Because we've got two pots.
Yeah, well it's good because if you think, I always like to put, I always used to like, because I haven't done it for a while, to pick my pots up in the right order. And if you get, it's not so much when you got two pots, but when you got 8 and you pick them up 1, you pick up 2, you pick up 3, then all of a sudden you pick up 5, you think, where's number 4? And then you remember you've left him under that little mangrove tree in that little inlet. So I always like to number them so that I pick them up in order. And in Queensland, you've got to have a 150mm float. It's got to be made of polystyrene. You've got to have your surname on it, and then on the actual net itself, you've got to have a tag with which I'll cable tie on. Once I put my surname and address, that goes on there, so she'll be all legal.
Sweet!
Yeah.
Better go and check these muffins now.
Oh, they smell so good. Muffins.
They're not muffins.
No, they're not. What are you going to call them?
I don't know, but they're not muffins.
No,
They're just
they're
cooked in a very mini muffin tin.
Yeah, so they are good.
Okay.
Anything
Yeah.
Wendy cooks is good.
Aww. See ya.
Below 1 metre, well, southerly around 1 metre.
What's happening, Wen?
Just serving up dinner. I've made, I don't know what you call it. It's puff pastry with cheese, pumpkin, peas, carrots, and a bit of egg. And we're serving it with broccoli and carrots, which are our favourite vegetables, which have been very lean the last few months. So we are pigging out on broccoli and carrots now. So there you go. There's dinner. Beautiful morning here in Moreton Bay. It's like the first steps of a baby, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. The first ladder.
Oh, she looks awesome. Come on, sweetie.
Good. Oh, yeah. Come on. Good girl. Come on. Good girl.
Just a matter of confidence.
No, no, she'll work it out.
Inside, come on. Inside.
Good girl. Good girl.
Camera might be off-putting.
Good girl. Come on. Yeah. Good girl, yeah. I'll help you, but you gotta try. Yeah. If you try, I'll help you. Good girl. Come on.
Is there another way I can get down there?
Yeah, there's no other way. She'll work it out, and then she'll feel real proud of herself.
Come on. In. Come on. Come on.
Gosh, look, she's sitting now. Please help.
Come on. Come on.
Come on, here. Come on.
Good girl. Come on. Let's go. Come on. In.
Good,
Yes.
good girl.
Good girl.
Yeah.
Good
Now this
girl.
one. Now this
Good
one.
girl.
Come on,
Yes. Good
yeah.
girl.
I'll help you. Come on. Come on. And next one? No, not me.
Yeah.
There you go.
Well
It's
done.
easy.
There's Mum.
Can't cook without a beer.
So what are you making in the nutshell galley today, my love?
The nutshell galley today, well, we've run out of ricotta cheese. So I just said to Wendy, I'll whip some up. You can't just whip up ricotta cheese. I said, yes, you can. I said, have we got any milk powder? Have we got any salt? Have we got any lemon? And have we got any oil? And some heat. And we've got all the ingredients you need. And a beer. I haven't tried this beer yet. And some, behind Wendy there, I'll show you, cheesecloth. A mason jar, which we've got hundreds of, and I'll show you the finished result when it's done.
Finished? Aren't we going to see how you do it?
Alright, I'll show you the intermediate bits. But it's just cheese making, it's nothing special.
That's the real deal. What was it? Warts and all?
I'll get them out.
Get the flies out.
They're not flies, they're those little bugs.
Yeah.
Now you let this boil. You don't need thermometers and all that crazy stuff. Just let this get to a point where it starts to get foamy and steamy just before boiling point, and that's 204.3 degrees Fahrenheit at sea level. So if you're doing this up on a mountain, it'll be different. Never squeeze your lemon straight into your milk because you end up with pips in your cheese. So what the lemon does, it curdles the milk, and then when you stir that, it separates the curds from the whey.
So you put that in when it reaches the right 204.375 temperature?
Yep. Put that, the salt and a little bit of oil in.
What's the oil and stuff in there for?
Well, the reason you put a tablespoon of oil in is it helps the curds and the whey separate. They'll still separate, just quickens the whole process up. And the reason for the salt is because cheese is pretty tasteless without a tiny bit of something. And the easiest thing to put in is the tiniest bit of salt. I don't usually cook with any salt. And you can use butter in place of oil to help the curds and whey separate, but I don't cook with butter, so there you go. There you go, all the pips are out. That's really complex cooking. And never ever put a spoon in that you had lemon on to stir your milk, because it curdles really quickly. You can also, if you don't have any lemon, you can use white vinegar to curdle your milk. It's just the process is a lot slower and doesn't work quite as well. But if you're making paneer, lemon is good. I mean, vinegar is good. We're not making paneer today. In fact, if you're making ricotta, mozzarella or paneer, it's very, very similar cheese making process.
Action.
See how it's starting to get foamy on top?
Yeah,
So you get developing that foam,
it's developing.
and
yes.
it'll start to bubble. Here it comes. Here comes the bubbles. See the bubbles?
Yes.
Right? This is the point where you start counting. And stir and count.
What do you count to?
You count to the right number. The number was 19.
Is that the magic number, isn't it?
Yep. Pour in your lemon. Stir it all in.
Stir it all in, yes.
Stir it all in. Put in your salt. Stirring it all in as you pour it in. See it? See what's happening? Look. It's all curdling. Isn't that amazing? See it curdling? Now, depending on what size curdling chunks you want, depends how much you stir it, and then you put in the correct amount of oil. Right, now you leave it. There's the curds and whey separated.
So now you leave it?
Now leave it 15-20 minutes. Look at it, the whey's coming to the top, look.
So when do we come back now?
20 minutes.
That's what, 3 minutes?
Yeah. What's going on now is I've lined a sieve, or you can use a colander, anything like that, with some cheesecloth, a medium density cheesecloth. Don't use your light density stuff because it'll just take too long, and don't use coarse cheesecloth because you'll lose too much of, in this sort of cheese, you'll lose too much of your curds. So medium cheesecloth, so don't select your wrong one out of your cupboard. Now I'm just going to drain the mixture here, the curds and the whey.
Make sure you get your medium gauge cheese.
Well, it's true. You have different gauges.
It's funny. Okay, I'll hold it together.
Just pour it all in. It'll be lumpy. It'll look like kid sick.
No!
But by retaining the whey, as I'm doing it, well,
Retaining it, there
well,
it goes, there
no.
it goes!
Let's start. So now we pour out the mixture into the cheesecloth, keeping the whey, and for making pancakes and things, or if you want to make a halloumi out of this, you can't make halloumi without keeping your whey. I should have used a slightly more medium cheesecloth, because it's taking Holly! My daughter's making me laugh. She's lost it.
She's very quietly falling apart in the corner.
Breathe, Holly, breathe. This process takes a while, but you can speed it up by just pushing it through. We're just letting it drain now in the, it'll take about half an hour to drain out, and then we can give it a gentle squeeze.
We've got 2 shiny new lures. Guess whose is whose? We're just leaving, what's it, Raby Bay?
Raby Bay.
And we're going to head out to the middle of Moreton Bay for the night. On a bit of a sand pile. Canals everywhere here. It's a bit like the English canals.
It is.
Going along slowly, looking at the houses, and they've all got jetties, slightly larger jetties.
That's England, yeah.
Yeah. Same but different.
Pretty weird feeling. We are anchored here, right out in the middle of Moreton Bay. Sorry for the wind. And in 3 metres of water. It's only, what's 10 metres where we are, because I wanted to get us on this bit of a gutter. So I want to do some fishing in the morning. But right out in the middle of this bay, we are anchored. It's a bit like being at Minerva, so you can see things. So yeah, look at that, all the way around. That's North Stradbroke where the fire was. That's Moreton Island over there in Tangalooma. And I've just done a full 360, and that's where we are, in the middle of the Moreton Bay. Plane just taken off there from Brisbane Airport. There's the port where the cranes are, and there's been some big fires, so I think we might be blessed with a beautiful sunset tonight. It's pretty strange. So I'm going to put the squid jigs down tonight and see if we can score some squid for both bait and meals. And then tomorrow is a full-on fishing day. So we'll see how we go.